This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2022 Zinger, model number 292RE. So this is not a floor plan or a sales video, it's just a how-to video, so I'm going to show you some of the features and how they work, okay? First of all, you have power stabilizers. So one switch controls both rear, and then one switch up front controls both front. So let me look over here. This is the type that can be cranked manually if you have to. So keep in mind that you have this shaft over here, just in case you had to get yourself out of trouble. It's an option. You have two power awnings with LED strips. Okay. Outside speakers. This is just a TV signal out and power in case you want to put a TV out here. Of course, there's the front stabilizer switch. Looks like you've got a tire cover here, I think. This is your hitch. It's a Husky centerline weight distribution switch, or weight distribution hitch with built-in sway control. So keep that in mind. You've got two different cranks in here. I know it's kind of dark, but this one, if you can see it, here, let me see if there's a light in here or not, I don't even know. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so, if you notice on this one, you have a cylinder, but you've got a slot cut through it, right here. So that would fit right over that stud with the pin through it, on the other side of your stabilizer, power stabilizer jack. So this, if you had to, you could crank them with this one right here. Now the smaller one down there, you see the smaller crank laying down there, that's for the power tongue jack. If your power tongue jack happened to fail, you can pull this plug off the top and crank it manually in an emergency. You have 2 LP tanks full, a deep cycle marine battery, and this is a kill switch for the battery. Keep that in mind. You can always shut the battery off if you need to. The other end of the pass-through, that's your dump hose, and there's that crank I was telling you about. And it says it's pre-wired for solar, just so you know that there's a hookup on the roof and in here if you wanted to add solar panels to it. Okay? So the most common way to get the water to the trailer is right here, the city water hookup. You just hook up the water, turn it on, all the plumbing works. Now if you're camping someplace that doesn't have plumbing on the campsite, or someplace that's more rustic, you can pre-fill your fresh water tank and take the water with you and pump it out of here with a built-in water pump. So either way you'll have water. This is the black tank flush right here. After you dump your black tank is toilet water and waste, of course. After you do that, you can leave the valve open like it states on this sticker, and then you can hook the hose on there, turn it on, and spray the inside of your tank out and clean it out really well. This is just an outside shower. Like I showed you your dump valves here. Okay. This right here is the vent for the range hood. If you're going to be venting using the range hood, make sure you free up the baffle. There's little tabs on it. Free that baffle in there up so it flaps freely when you're venting to the outside. Otherwise, you can just keep it shut. You have a 30 amp, 30-foot power cord. Plus we give you the reducers to reduce it down to, a 30-foot 50 amp power cord, 50 amp system, and we give you the dog bone to adapt it down to a 30 in case you have to plug into a 30 that'll have 50. So keep that in mind. Signal through campground cable and satellite. It's pre-wired for a backup camera, so if you want to add one, you can do that. Also, while we're looking up, keep in mind the manufacturer states that you should inspect your roof every 60 days. So keep that in mind. If you you can do it yourself or find somebody else if you're not comfortable with it, to go up there and look at all the sealant, make sure there's no cracking or separation. You can let me shut this radio off here. You can check the roofing attachments and the roofing material, make sure it wasn't damaged by a low branch or road debris flying up there or anything like that. You should always inspect your roof to stay ahead of things, okay? Alright. This is your thermostat. It's an analog thermostat. Very simple. Always keep the fan on auto. Heat is self-evident. Heat, off, fan, cool. Fan is just the the air conditioner running without the compressor. Of course, cool is full air conditioning, heat is your propane heater. Okay. Down here, this device here is your power converter. So what it does, it converts AC to DC power. So when you're plugged in, these are your regular AC circuit breakers like you'd see at home, and they're all labeled. Then the power is converted to 12 volt DC, and you see you got 12 volt fuses here, and they're all labeled. Also, this is a battery tender, so it'll sense how much energy your battery needs, and always, as long as you're plugged in, it's always going to keep your battery charged. Of course, when you're pulling down the road, the charge line on your tow vehicle will keep the battery charged also. So keep that in mind. Okay. Or over here, this device here is your carbon monoxide and LP gas detector. It should always be green like it is. If it's not, get it serviced. If it goes off, it's detected carbon monoxide or LP gas buildup, so you take everybody outside, leave the door open, go to the front, shut the gas off, figure out what's going on. If it beeps the same tone, but very slowly, it's telling you your battery's low. So it's a carbon monoxide and LP gas detector, and it'll also tell you if your battery's low. Okay, GFCI, there's also another one probably in the bathroom. Just keep in mind that all the plugs in the trailer are wired through a GFCI, this one or the other one. So even the plug outside, so if you're using a plug out or something outside and it pops, you'll reset it inside. The keys are hanging right here on the faucet. This is a 12 volt DC refrigerator. It's very simple, on and off. You have to hold your finger on the button for a few seconds. You increase and decrease temperature, and then you have conservation mode, like a night mode, just to save energy. Okay. Your microwave works like any other microwave. Remember I showed you the vent on the outside with the baffle on it? If you're venting to the outside, you always want to open that baffle so it flaps freely. You have a light here. Your range is pretty straightforward. Always keep the top down when you're traveling. So this is the sparker here. You turn it clockwise to spark it. So you just go, let's go for the center one here, and you have it. Very simple. The oven is the same way. Down here at the bottom, there's a pilot light way back there. I can spark it so you can see it probably, yes. So you just go to the oven knob, which is the one all the way to the right. You're going to go to the picture of the flame, which means pilot light, then you depress it. You keep it depressed through the whole procedure. You light it by sparking it clockwise with your left hand. Once you see the flame light down there, you still hold this in for another 10 seconds or so to heat up the thermocouple. Then you set the temperature. When you shut it off, keep in mind that the pilot light goes off when you shut it off, so you have to relight the pilot light each time you use the oven. Okay. So your television has a swing out bracket, as you can see. Also your hookups are in here. You can see back there. There's also storage back there. You have a light or a sound bar. It has FM radio. It has a USB slot so you can stream off a USB stick if you want. Put all your albums on one of them and take them with you, that sort of thing. It has Bluetooth so you can stream wirelessly from your phone or your tablet. And it has two speaker zones, A and B. A is inside the trailer, B is outside the trailer. And there's a remote for that. I don't know if they're probably in here, but there's a remote for your TV, your sound bar. Okay, so this is your fireplace. So basically, let me see what we got here. You can set the color of the crystals, that sort of thing. Set your temperature. It's a space heater. It really kicks. It's also got a let's see here. Let me look real quick here. I don't know if he's got these tucked away or where he's got everything. Only we have them sitting out. Let me look over here. Give me 1 second. Oh, they're not over here. Well, anyway, I can't go. Anyway, there are remotes, like I said, so keep that in mind. They're definitely in here somewhere. Of course, you have this right here, which is a jackknife. You can jackknife flat, I believe. And yes, and then you have 2 theater seats. Okay. You look around here, see what else we have. Okay, so your bathroom works like all RV bathrooms. Keep in mind, this is the second GFCI here. So your sink and shower work like any other sink and shower. You do have a vent, so keep that in mind. When it comes to your toilet, it is an RV toilet, so it sits right over the black tank. And there's your flush lever pedal right there. The black tank is directly below. So before you use it, when you get to the campground, you hook up your power and your water. You have to come in here and you dump 1 dose of chemical in the bowl. Then you step on the pedal and hold it down till at least a gallon of water goes down into the tank below with the chemical. Then it's ready to be used. You can't use it dry, otherwise the smell will be terrible, super terrible, and it can get clogged up also. So always make sure when you start off you don't use a dry black tank. You start off by putting chemical and water in there. Okay? Alrighty. So this, because it's a 50 amp trailer, right? This is wired for a second air conditioner, so you could add another air conditioner right here in this vent opening. We can do that if you ever decide to. Just talk to our guys about it and we can put one in for you. This is your emergency escape, obviously. You push that all the way through. Then you grab a hold of the red tab and pull the screen out and you can exit that way in an emergency. You have some storage under here, I'm sure. Yep, storage under there. Okay. And you got your cool blue light. Okay. Okay, so let me look a bit here. Now, let me make sure I'm forgetting something here. Probably right here. Okay. So, your lights are right here. You can turn your water pump on right here. Use the water pump to pump water out of the fresh water tank if you're camping in the boondocks where there's no water, right? You can turn your water heater on gas and electric here. This is gas, this is electric. Never run it without water in it. So if it's empty because it's winterized, right now there's no water in it, make sure you put water in it before you turn it on. That's very important. But right now, because the trailer is winterized, it has antifreeze in it and the water heater is bypassed. So never run that without water in it. Your awnings right here, power awnings, your slide rooms here. Never leave the awnings out unattended if you're not going to be at the campsite. Roll them in, of course. Then you can check your battery, fresh water, black, gray. There's your levels. They graduate up in 1/3 increments. So once you get them past 2/3, you got to start thinking about dumping your gray and your black tank. Also, when it comes to your LP gas on the water heater, that's your fault light there. You can see it turn on just for a second, but if it faulted, it would turn on. So, and this is the electric one. I gotta say again, right now your water heater is going to be empty because it's winterized. Never run the heating element or the gas burner on your water heater until you put water in it. That's very important, of course. Okay. Okay. So let me look around here. See what else we have, if anything. I think we've pretty much covered it. So, first of all, I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Second of all, remember what I said about inspecting your roof. It's important to inspect your roof. So you're looking at a couple times a summer, and according to the manufacturer. So you're just keeping ahead of things. If there's ever an issue, you'll know it and be able to take care of it. So that's important. And right now, as I stated, this trailer's winterized, so the water's been purged from the system and replaced with antifreeze. Your water heater's been bypassed and drained, so it's ready for winter. Okay? Don't run the water heater until you put water in it. All right, thank you.